Welcome to another unit in this methodology toolbox. This time I'm going to talk about how we can work with Likert scales. So if you included a Likert scale in your questionnaire, in your survey, what can you actually do with the data you collected? For this, let's have a short look on how a Likert scale usually looks like. Could be something like this. You have like 5 possible answers from fully disagree, rather disagree, neither nor, rather agree, fully agree. If you simply have these descriptions and then check boxes below, that would usually fulfill the requirements of this being a Likert scale. However, this might be a small problem because, well, it can be descriptions, can be values, not necessarily has to be both. But if we have both, we have an advantage I will get back to in a moment. Same goes, in this case, this is symmetrical. This is evenly distributed. We have fully disagree, fully agree, rather disagree, rather agree. It's centralized with neither nor. So this is actually the best way you could go about this. It could look different. Could be that you only have agree and then like 3 or 4 different versions of not agreeing. This would no longer be symmetrical. This would be a bit more problematic regarding what can we do with this? What scale level can we assume the variable resulting from this scale to actually be? Because usually if you only have like the text descriptions here, this would be a typical ordinal scale. You know that fully agree is less agreeing than rather disagree is less agreeing than rather agree. But you do not know the distances here. So that's classical ordinal scale. This, however, means you cannot calculate means. You cannot calculate standard deviations. You cannot use this in a regression or in a standard regression at least. So this would actually be pretty disadvantageous. In this regard, it can be that a Likert scale can be interpreted as metric or at least as quasi-metric, but only if on the one hand you also have numbers down here, which can be assumed to imply some kind of distance to the participant, and it should be symmetrical. It should look like this. So the amount of disagreeing answers and agreeing answers should be the same. It should be centered on a neutral term. If you have these 2 aspects, then we can assume that the Likert scale you have is quasi-metric, that you can use it in any context which requires a metric scale. Be this means, be this linear regression, be this t-test, or anything else. Well, this then already concludes the short session on working with Likert scales. So I hope you enjoyed. I say goodbye and see you next time.